NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Come on, fellas.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Check your hot read. Check 31. Check 31. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Go, go. Go. Motion, motion, motion. Let it go.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check safety.
Here's Hines. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Ready, set.
In his own end zone, it's Manning. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw from his end zone. Manning got a man open. It's Ross. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back near the goal line. Here's Manning. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
So after the INT, it's Manning. That's going to be caught. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit them with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Mixon trying to punch it in, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Next to score, Bengals 7, Colts 0.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Ready? Spin right. Spin on. Watch the pass. Hey, mine's 50. Mine's 50. I don't think you got it, son. Showing it. Showing it.
To throw on 2nd down. Fields throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check.
This is Hines. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Switch up, switch up. Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? I'm here all day.
From the gun, Fields. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 39.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Go! Greystone, travel. Yep. Motion. Reset. Ready.
Now Joe Mixon. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Cincinnati. 64 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
You ain't going nowhere. Defense.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
To throw on second down, Fields.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
From the gun on third down, Fields. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Go now. Come on, Trey. 50's the Mike. Record. Check 37. Check 37. 2-6.
Throwing on first down, Fields. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
2nd and 1. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
It's 4th down.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Ross on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big play there for the Bengals. 46 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win home.
Mixon will try the right side. Spins past him. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
61, matchbox lights.
They'll give it to Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. He gets this in the hands of Mixon, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, as the first half is winding down. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, get excited, let's go, let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight
From the 30 on second down, Manning. He completes it to Boyd. The 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Man left, man left. 164.
On second down, it's Hines. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
They run with Hines, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
To number 88. Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Set. 50. Touchdown. It's on field. Hey, it's on routes. No. Off. Squeeze. Joker.
On second down now, it's Hines, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Let's go. 50. Hey, I'm coming. Bravo. Check. Big dad. Come. Check three. Okay. Big dad.
They run again with Hines. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run for it. It's Mack. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try the left side. Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. This is the plan. We own them. We own them. Jack. Cover. Cover. Slam. Slam.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
I got you, boy.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. On 1st down, it's Hines, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a 1-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
You got 3. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 30 base.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Ready?
from midfield. Here's Manning. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, box drop. Big grip.
From the gun, it's Manning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, third and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
On first down, Fields able to find his target here, Largent. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number one cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's good for the Colts. First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Check.
On first and 10, Fields. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go, D. Get it on. West. On deck. Slam.
Throwing again on second and 10. Fields. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw. Fields escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Watch a slant. Zip it. 50. Hey, man. Watch the goose.
Here's second and 8. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
That's track. Switch.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it third and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. They'll run it with Mack. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
Let's
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now Mixon. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Bengals, it's a rare bright spot as they move to 3-10 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Colts, you start to wonder